I was born in Oklahoma City and went to school at the University of Oklahoma. I got my degree in geology in 1976 and went to work for Gulf Oil Company right out of school. I've been in the oil business for 35 years, worked in Dallas, worked in Houston. I've had my own consulting firm for 20 years now, and one of my specialties is a software called Kingdom. So I do a lot of geological and geophysical work using all the modules of Kingdom. As far as my AAPG criteria, I have been treasurer for the Houston Geological Society. I have been treasurer for the GCAGS and sitting on the financial council there. And for AAPG, as far as financial things are concerned, I have been on the investment committee for the last 2 years. Well, first, the things I'd like to discuss would be, as a consultant in my own business for 20 years, I know the importance of expenditures and looking at the cost-benefit ratio of anything that I do, be it buying hardware or software, travel expenses, continuing education costs. I look at everything before I spend money and see how it's going to benefit my business. I would expect that the treasurer of AAPG would also have those concerns for the budget. Not that they want to scrutinize every little detail, but they look for the important things that could be a problem and would have to express this and communicate this with the executive committee. Additionally, besides AAPG, I have worked with several other organizations throughout my career. One of those is SIPES, which is the Society of Independent Professional Earth Scientists, and HGS, which is the Houston Geological Society. I've worked through leadership positions in those organizations, mentoring, worked with membership, done a lot of different things. Those two groups get together on occasion in Houston and put together some very successful educational events, social events, to the mutual benefit of both the groups' memberships. This is something I think AAPG should look into further. Not that we want to share conventions necessarily with SEG or anybody else, but I think we should create more ties with our sister organizations in looking at ways we can put on more Hedberg conferences or have social events which could be revenue sources for both organizations as well as provide good things to happen for the membership. To take that thought a little bit further, the HGS and RMAG, which is the Rocky Mountain Association of Geologists, have for the last several years run very successful technology conferences and technology programs. I personally have been chairman of the Houston Geological Society's Technofest for the last 4 years. This one we just had in July had over 400 people attend, so it was very successful. I see AAPG could get involved in things like this on a more local level and bring their knowledge and expertise and manpower to the local societies to help them with programs like this. As long as they don't step on the local society's toes, I think programs like that could be mutually beneficial for the local societies as well as AAPG as far as revenue is concerned. Additionally, AAPG is expanding in the international revenue, in the international areas by opening offices in London, Bahrain, and Singapore. I think that those offices should be cost-effective or self-supporting in the next few years, and I think that it would be wise for AAPG to work with the international regional leadership to find ways to bring conferences and things to the international regions to make those offices self-supporting. AAPG, in the past 2 years, it has become all too evident, as I've been on the investment committee, how important it is for AAPG to maintain a year's worth of expenses in their investment portfolio. The treasurer is integrally involved in supervising the investment committee and making comments about how the portfolios are managed, how the distributions are done. And it's ever more important in this uncertain economic times that the treasurer work with the investment committee to continue to look at being fluid, being balanced, looking at where the problems could come, and being able to move things around to secure our portfolio. Finally, as a person who's been out in the industry for 35 years, I have found that AAPG and its membership has been very important to my career. First and foremost, through membership services such as Data Pages and the Explorer, educational events that I've been to. I've learned a lot in conventions. Secondly, through working with committees and being in leadership roles. I have met more of my dearest friends and have found more mentors through AAPG membership than I could ever explain. And it's for this reason that I chose to be a candidate for treasurer.